safe area.
Hello and welcome to Shadow Gaming. Today I'm going to be going over the state of the game for January 8th, 2020. This state of the game was not what I was expecting. Well, half expecting. I was either expecting some really big news or nothing. And what we got was basically nothing. After waiting a really long time just for the state of the game to start, they started with talking about the one thing we really don't care about, caches. So now the standard apparel caches will drop textiles on duplicates instead of XP. So you'll be able to use the textiles to purchase items in the apparel store directly. More microtransactions. I don't know why they started off the state of the game with this. I mean, they're basically saying the rest of the state of the game is not going to be good. Then they bring up the invisible walls. I did a video on another really game-breaking bug on hardcore mode, and that bug was really serious, but apparently there's these invisible walls to talk about, and they are blaming it on hard drives instead of you having a solid-state drive, an SSD. And they're saying that it's their job to fix it and that they will, but that doesn't sound right to me.
Even brought it up in chat. I was saying like specific pieces of hardware can, like if your hard drive is slower and someone was saying an SSD really helps with it.
Yes, it helps.
SSD is absolutely going to help,
Yeah.
right? You probably see, less of it on the
Yeah.
PC than you would on maybe some of the consoles.
Depending on your PC.
Depending on the PC. If you have a really slow, 5400 RPM hard disk drive, you probably are going to run into it. There's all sorts of factors like that.
To be fair, we're not saying that people should, have to upgrade their stuff to get the proper
No,
Just
experience.
to be clear, it's still,
Not at
it's
all.
still our responsibility to
Your
provide it with this.
HDD is not able to run the Division 2 properly, it bottlenecks. So what exactly are the minimum and maximum system requirements for? And then after this, they started talking about shotguns in the Dark Zone. I don't do the Dark Zone very much, so forgive me if I don't know a whole lot about shotguns in the Dark Zone. But I'm assuming that's code for we're going to nerf shotguns, and that probably will, and most likely will, affect all of us PvE players. They do bring up Episode 3, and they bring it up within the first 5 to 10 minutes of the conversation. I'd say the first 10 minutes. And they bring up that it still has no date, but then all of a sudden, maybe 3-4 minutes later, they mention that Episode 3 will be coming out in February for sure. Yeah, it was a little weird, but anyway, moving on. They also said that Episode 3 will be free for everyone. So I didn't know this. I thought that was DLC, the Year 1 pass, but technically in Year 2, it doesn't require a Season Pass for the Year 1. So Episode 3 is free for everyone. They did mention that there's going to be a new specialization, and a lot of people in the chat were, saying it's probably going to be a medic type of specialization, and I hope it is. We need to bring the Reclaimer back, but that's something good, hopefully, that they're hinting at. They said that a lot of people in the chat were correct on the guessing, and most people were guessing medic. And yeah, like I said already, I hope it's medic as well. I hope that it'll be a healer medic specialization. We've needed one since the launch of the game. And surprising to me, this was very surprising to me, there will not be a PTS for Episode 3. Since it's mostly narrative content, which I'm hoping isn't slang for a couple of missions, but we do know that Episode 3 is returning to New York City, and it's mostly narrative driven, so there won't be a PTS for it. My first thought on this was, oh no. I mean, if it's going to be really big and there's going to be a lot of great things in this, I mean, it's going to need to be thoroughly tested, and the PTS is always proven to work well. But maybe they don't need testing because it's not that big, or because maybe they just made a tiny little New York City map like, Brooklyn was when you first started the Division 1. It was this tiny little piece before you moved to Manhattan. Honestly, I don't know. I really wanted something that also me and Gamey Daddy talked about, which was bring the Division 1 map into the Division 2, basically combining the games in a way. And I'm sure that it would be able to do that, but they're not going to do that. They're not even going to do a PTS. So it's definitely not as big as I thought or hoped it was going to be. But who knows? We still have more news. Until then, all we know for now about episode 3 is that it's coming out sometime in February, probably on the 1st or 2nd Tuesday. I'm hoping not the last week of February or last Tuesday. It is mostly narrative-driven content, and it will be free for everyone. Season 1 pass holders or not, it's free for everyone. Moving on to something else that was cool. There's a new exotic coming out, and I don't think I heard the name of it or they even gave it, but I'll show you a picture right now. This is what it looks like. There's different pictures of it because it's like a chameleon. It changes colors with the dominant color of wherever you're standing at. So no permanent weapon skin. The weapon skin changes depending around the colors, like standing on grass makes it green. They didn't tell us what the talents are or base damage or anything like that. They said probably next week or the week after they'll explain more on that. But this weapon looks to be an SMG, maybe an assault rifle, but no, it's definitely an SMG. A Vector it looks like. And it looks cool, and I'm going to hunt for it and get it when it comes out, but we didn't need a new exotic really. We need more content to play, not content to play with. And also, I forgot to mention for the specialization, you will get the 2 classified assignments and the specialization unlocked immediately if you're a season pass holder. So this part's probably the worst part of the state of the game. This one really let people down in the chat and let myself down as well, because the raid is big content that's replayable, at least for, as depending on how good it is. Even Operation Dark Hours, I still play that every week or two, and I mean the game's been out for almost a year now, so that's good replayable content, and it's hard, so it's it's good. Another raid we need, and it won't be out on episode 3 now, for sure. It's for sure coming out after episode 3. So now that we know the raid won't be coming until March or maybe even April, that's going to be a big hit on the community possibly. It's definitely some shitty bad news. It better be just absolutely amazing if they're taking this long to work on it. It's got to come out really good. If it comes out and flops, that's probably when the game will die. I don't believe that the raid will flop. I think that it's going to be really good, but I believe that they really should have launched it already. I understand that I don't understand development, but I know that the raid or more content is what everyone is begging for and has been for a while. And all we're getting so far is basically a loot overhaul. And then episode 3 sometime in February. But we don't know. So for the next couple of weeks or more, we're still not going to have anything new to do or play or anything. But if you look on the bright side of things, I mean, it's January 8th. So at least you know in February that episode 3 will be out. And sometime in March or April, oh geez, this is ridiculous. It's January 8th, and they don't even have a date set for anything until February. Like, what the fuck, Massive? Come on. I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm expecting a loot overhaul maybe in this month, and then what you got coming the next few months with episode 3 and the raid and title update 7. But anyway, on to the rest of what they had to talk to in the state of the game. The RNG and UI quality of life changes is going to be after episode 3. I believe I heard that correctly. It is after episode 3. So that's a long wait for the loot overhaul as well, or loot 3.0. I mean, damn, I was looking forward to doing this, like the loot overhaul thing. I was really looking forward to it happening this month. And now all of a sudden it's possible that it's after episode 3 that we're gonna finally get it. I was a little shocked at this one. Anyway, they basically ended the state of the game with the stats with Yannick thing. I mean, they actually cheered on the people that beat hardcore mode in like 6 hours or something like that. Cheesed it. Fucking cheated it. Like, dude, you guys know that, right? I don't know. The state of the game was pretty bad. I mean, it was really high expectations for a lot of people, and for a lot of other people, it was really low because they want to believe in the game, but they know that Yannick and all them and Hamish are going to get on and they're not going to have fuck all to say. And this one, they really didn't have fuck all to say. Anyway, besides with the stats with Yannick, and episode 3, they're going to have the shotgun nerf or the update or changes to the shotgun. So shotgun nerf probably. And something else cool that they said was Dark Zone quality of life changes. That sounds cool, and they said they can talk about it in the next week or two. So I am looking forward to that as well. Anyway, guys, that about wraps it up for this Shadow Gaming production. Thanks for watching, agents. I really appreciate it. And if you want to like, comment, subscribe, or share, go for it. And if you like me doing these State of the Game recaps, just comment down below and let me know that, hey, this is pretty cool. It's, what, like 12 minutes long? You get to hear exactly what's going on and see pretty much what's going on. I can't really show too much footage. I don't want to get a copyright strike or something. But, yeah, just let me know. And once again, this has been Shadow Gaming. And this is another Shadow Gaming production. Take care, agents.